Okay, back up on the roof, but for something a little different this time. So, World Cup's on, and we don't have cable, but Telemundo does have the World Cup broadcast. Unfortunately, the HDTV we have for receiving over-the-air broadcasts, it's not positioned great. So what I've done is come up with an app to let me use my software-defined radio to help point the antenna better. It gives me some analysis of how well the signal's being received and if it's getting a direct signal or if it's bouncing around and getting what's known as multipath. So I have some tools to help analyze this. So I'm gonna pop open my MacBook. I have this antenna up there wired into a software-defined radio in my basement, and I'm gonna be pulling that up on the roof to get a better look of how well that signal's coming in. So I guess step one is gonna be getting that antenna into a better position so I can angle it and test out a couple different pointing options. So let's go dive in. Okay, so definitely found the higher the better, not shocking. But it definitely helps to rotate it. You can see the flatness of the signal pump, for lack of a better word, depending on how you point it. The flatter it is, the better. The spikier it is means you're getting more multipath. So let me see, I'm gonna be rotating this. So if you rotate it that way, you can see it gets really spiky. But if you just turn it slightly, you can see it start to come together in a nice flat peak. So I'm going to be looking at putting a peak, getting that flat peak, and probably like right about there. It's about as good as it's going to get. So definitely interesting how this tool can be used. I'm going to check on a few different frequencies, see how it works, and then we'll get off the roof and give you full rundown on some of the different analysis techniques and different features that this little tool has. So back to the tuning. Okay, back off the roof and inside, which is great because it's a little bit warm. Wanted to walk you through this web app I came up with that lets you use RTL SDR to help tune your TV antenna. It plugs into the antenna and uses the signal to help you aim the antenna. So I have this all set up and running. I'm just gonna hit start to get things going. And I've already programmed it with my location, so it's able to pull in the different channel names up here. Right now, it's sweeping the entire broadcast band and give me a sense of which channels are coming in strong. Each of the HDTV channels is about 6 megahertz wide, which is a bit bigger than what the RTL SDR can pull in. It's either able to do about 2.56 or can maybe even get up to 3.2. But either way, that's not 6 megahertz. So what I have it doing is tuning to different slots along the way and pasting that all together to give you a full picture of what things look like. So this is a full picture of the spectrum, which is helpful. You want to see if you can move things around to try to get all of these high, but I was really interested in getting Telemundo working well. So I have the Analyze tab over here, and I can go up to channel, let's see, it should be 44, which is, I scrolled past it right here. So this will give me a view of how things are working with channel 44, and there are channels on either side. So this actually is a bit higher than the noise floor. So you have two channels right next to each other. So this isn't giving you a full picture of how much power there is in the signal. You can look down here for a better sense of your signal to noise ratio here. And 19 is pretty good. With my TV, I haven't had any issues even going down to 13 dB. But it may vary with your TV. You can notice, though, it is showing you some interesting things. Before I started tuning this, it was a lot jagged or more jaggedy here along this line.
and it's still detecting a bit of multipath. You get some of the fluctuation, and you're also seeing this rippling on top. It's not completely smooth. So let me just give you a different example. Channel 7 for me it's booming. You can see it's a lot flatter on the top here, and the signal strength down here is a lot higher. So just a compare and contrast right there. A couple other features I wanted to show you. You can also get a list of all the channels. I'll give this a second to populate. This is helpful if you just want to sort of get a snapshot of the different signal strengths for each of the different broadcasts and stations. It gets a little confusing because you can have a single broadcast with two different stations embedded in it. This is in addition to getting, the 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 you might see as you're tuning up and down the dial. This actually has two different complete stations embedded in it. So you'll have these virtual channel numbers which don't actually line up with the RF channel numbers. They're sort of abstracted away. It gets confusing, but just know about that. Oh yeah, one other thing. Flip back into the Analyze screen. Let me go back down to channel I was working on. One of the features I added in here was a snapshot feature. So you can take a snapshot, you can sort of see it there, you'll get this gray line, and that will give you sort of a moment in time. So as you move the antenna up or down, you can see if you're making things better or worse. So that was pretty handy for me to see if I was making any improvements or not, and not having to try to see where things line up on the line there. And then finally, one of the last features in here is this towers feature. Gives you a map of, you give it the location and the sidebar here, and then it will give you a map of the different towers nearby and a sense of how good the signal is from each of those. So not shocking that the one way over there, let's see how far away that is. Oh, that's not coming in. There it is. That's, yeah, 23 kilometers away. It's also not Damascus, Virginia, so something may be up with that. But if you look at these closer towers here, that one's 4 kilometers away. You can see it's coming in loud and clear. So that's where we're getting that channel 7 from that was booming before. This is the other one here, also close by, and that's where I'm getting my channel 4 and 44. So hope this tool might help you out as you go to move your TV antenna around. So it's over at tunerscope.com. I'll post a link to it down below in the comments, so you can click on that. There's an About section too. This will sort of walk you through how to get started. Shoot me some questions though if you have them. And good luck getting a better signal. Talk to you later.